Hey everybody, it's Steve. With the Star Realms campaign done for the time being, I wanted to do something special for International Tabletop Day on my channel. Usually my girlfriend and I go to local game shops and take part in all the festivities on this day. For 2018, it's April 28th. To quote the Tabletop Day site, the link is in the description for this video, quote, "Once a year when the first buds of spring begin to unfurl from their winter slumber, International Tabletop Day brings us back to the table to remind us why we play and to give thanks to those who make every roll of the dice exciting." While I was working in news, I put together a list of easily accessible games anyone can pick up and play for International Tabletop Day or any day. My list on this channel will be a little different, as I'm going to expand the list somewhat. First up, the classics. I'm defining the classics as games that are synonymous with family game nights when millennials and Gen Xers were kids. And I have to start this list with the cause of far too many game night fights: Monopoly.
You little...
The current version of the game many of us know was first published by Parker Brothers in the 1930s and used locations in and around Atlantic City. Today, at many game shops, there are a litany of variants, including the Here and Now edition, electronic banking for those who don't want to do the math, and versions for most cities, universities, and popular TV and movie franchises. For people or families looking to bulk up on their spelling skills, it's hard to go wrong with Scrabble. Pull letter tiles from the bag and form words on the board to score the most points. It's a pretty simple objective, and the official Scrabble Player's Dictionary is helpful if you're trying to get some valid two-letter words. Another source of family fights, and its adaptation is one of the top-rated comedies on IMDb, Uno. I don't think this game is an out-and-out requirement for game collections, but it is an entry-level game a lot of people can quickly pick up. Uno is at the top of a lot of my old coworkers' lists when I asked about board games. From card games back to world domination, players have been trying to conquer the world in Risk since the 1950s. Like Monopoly, Risk has a lot of variants out there, but the objective remains the same. This is a game that can take all evening, so order up some food, set up the game, and do what Pinky and the Brain couldn't.
What are we gonna do tomorrow night?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world!
Rounding out my list of classic recommendations is a murder mystery so popular they had to get an all-star cast for the silver screen: Clue.
Sorry, didn't mean to frighten anyone. You're a bit late for that!
Another family staple, players take on the role of colorful guests at a manor trying to solve who killed Mr. Body. For those of you watching outside the US, you're probably playing Cluedo and trying to figure out who killed Dr. Black. Variants of the game may have different objectives, but if you're not a super fan of the specific series those variants are based upon, you can easily stick with the base version. The 2016 release swapped out Mrs. White for Dr. Orchid. That's going to wrap it up for my suggestions of classic board games. Which game do you think should be on this list? Let me know in the comments section. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy the videos that come out on my channel daily. In the next video in this series, I'll talk about some relatively recent releases that have revitalized board gaming. Come back to this channel for my suggestions of new classics.